Hello everyone, today I finally bring you my updated eyebrow tutorial and favorite eyebrow products video. So I'll get started right away with the products and we'll zoom into the tutorial right after. I'm only going to talk about half the products first because, as you guys know, I have light gray eyebrow hair. My eyebrows are naturally really thin and wispy and you can't really see them unless I have them filled in. So for a long time I did have brown eyebrows, but when I finally found the joys of gray and natural black eyebrow pencils, I've never gone back. So my #1 favorite is the Shiseido Natural Brow Pencil in Natural Black, and I use this one all the time. If you guys have any doubts of what I may be wearing in a video, it's probably this one. And this is the one that I will be using in the tutorial later today. Now, I've also found that the Hautelook Hard Formula 9 pencil is also really good. This is in Stone Gray. But I find that this is best for a really, really natural eyebrow. Nothing with much definition unless you're just looking to fill in little patches if you have already really dark hair, like what my eyebrows look after they're finished. Next would be, my third favorite would be the RAEview Auto Eyebrow. And I believe this is natural black as well, but the color is #1. And this is the waxiest formula of the three, but for some reason it doesn't tend to deposit as much color as the Shiseido, which is why this is the order of my favorite: Shiseido, Hautelook, and then the RAEview. So now I'm going to show you the product that I have been using in conjunction with my Shiseido brow pencil. It is the Bobbi Brown Longwear Gel Eyeliner in Granite Ink. And yes, it sounds really strange. Why would you put a gel liner on your eyebrow? But this product actually does double time because now I don't have to use a brow gel. It really keeps my hairs in place. You just press them down right before the product sets. And this product is more of a dark gray. When you build it up, it looks nearly black. It is the perfect brow product for me, and you know, honestly, it feels a lot like the Laura Mercier brow gel pot that you can get. I also have that one in brown, but even though this is technically an eyeliner, it works really well on my brows. No smudging, it lasts all day, so it's really excellent. But in the summer, if you do have oily skin, you will see some smudging if you touch your eyebrow. So just try not to keep your fingers away from your face at all times. That's the one rule of thumb in the summer. But I've been using it with an angled eyeliner brush, and I'll show you how to do this and achieve this look, as well as a more natural everyday brow right now. Now, to kick off the tutorial, I'm just going to explain to you what I did with this one eyebrow. This is my right eyebrow, so you're viewing left. And I just went through and filled it in with my favorite brow pencil, the Shiseido Natural Black. And using just short, small strokes, this is how I normally fill in my brow pencil. And then I went through and cleaned it up with concealer at the bottom. So now I'm going to show you on the other eyebrow how to get this entire look, plus get the really clean, sharp line. But like I stated earlier in the tutorial, this is what my brows look like more normally. I don't always, especially on lazy days, because usually I don't have enough time to fill in my brows, put on the concealer, and do the sharp line bit after. So this is just more of a natural, everyday kind of brow. But let's get started with the full look, and I'm going to take my NC30 concealer by MAC. This is Studio Sculpt, excuse me. It's the one in the glass pot. And you can use any brush you want, but I'm choosing to use my Smashbox brush. This is just a flat shader with synthetic fiber. And I'm just going to grab some concealer out of the pot. First things first, I'm going to shape the brow, starting in the middle. And I'm actually going to use this concealer as sort of an eyeshadow base. You can use any eyeshadow base like MAC Paint Pot in Painterly or Soft Ochre, whichever one you prefer. Painterly usually looks best on the brow because Soft Ochre is a little too yellow. I'm just going to spread the concealer down, and you want a really sharp line in the front here just to make it really, really clean. It also depends on your preferences and your brow shape, but if you have arched upward brows like mine, where the arch is a lot higher up here than the front of your brow, defining the front and making it look really clean down here is important. So I'm just going to spread the concealer. Then I also like to go through and just pat the concealer in to give it a really clean finish, none of those lines from the synthetic brush. Now that my concealer is on and ready to go, I'm going to take my eyebrow pencil once more, starting in the middle again. Just going to gently draw in my eyebrow. Focusing mostly on the top, because when you use a gel liner to line your brows, it actually makes it look pretty harsh, so that's why I use the pencil up top here instead. I move the pencil forward when I want some more color, and I brush it back just for lighter filling in. Now I'm just blending out the color a little bit. Now for the defining side of this tutorial, I'm going to use my Bobbi Brown Graphite Ink Gel Liner with my synthetic Sigma E65 small angle brush, and I actually find that this is so far the best to apply this particular eye gel with. Now I don't grab very much at all, just start with a little and you can always use more. First I'm just drawing in the shape. This is where it's going to be the darkest, so you can use a slightly heavier hand, but again, just be careful. And I'm not using any product, I'm just using what's already on the brush. Now I'm going to turn my brush horizontally and just feather that line in the front. Then I'm going to take my concealer brush and just clean up that edge there. Now I'm just brushing the hairs down so that they'll sit flat. And that completes my eyebrow. So obviously not everyone's going to like this eyebrow, and clearly this is much better for more daytime looks like just mascara that I'm wearing today. But obviously for nighttime, for clubbing, for photos, a more defined, darker eyebrow like this is more fitting. A lot of you complain that this eyebrow is too light, so for you, your preferences would probably be this eyebrow since it is darker and more defined. But you know, at the end of the day, it's all about personal preference and what you like. But beyond filling your eyebrows in, it's all about finding the right shape for your face. So this one is thicker, this one is thinner, more natural. It just depends on what you like and what you want. So now that you've seen how I put my eyebrows together, I'm going to show you a couple more products that I like to use for when I feel like having brown eyebrows. Now when I shaded my eyebrows brown and not to match my hair, it obviously looks a lot more dramatic, and you can tell I'm filling them in with a brown color. So this obviously, even though it is really dark, is still infinitely more natural than a brown eyebrow. Some people might think this is too harsh, but if that's the case, then I'm going to show you some more natural alternatives. I met this really beautiful Asian MAC makeup artist, and she was wearing Coquette, which is a satin eyeshadow by MAC, and it is the perfect natural eyebrow color for a lazy day. Now usually if I want a super natural looking eyebrow, I just use my Shimura Hard 9 pencil in Stone Grit. But if I'm in the mood for something with slightly more definition, and then I can use a brush to get those sharper corners, I use my MAC 208 brush, which is their eyebrow brush. And I gently fill in my eyebrows with this powder. Now, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but this eyeshadow is a satin finish, which means there's just a little bit of sparkle. On the eyebrows though, you can't see it at all. It looks like a matte eyeshadow. So I highly recommend this if you're looking for powder and brush. Some people really love this method and that's all they'll use on their eyebrows. So I did want to throw that in there. And when I do choose to use a brown eyebrow pencil, I will use Lingering by MAC. You know what, I'm going to go through and swatch all of these for you just so you can see the gray ones as well. And Lingering actually is the most taupe out of the browns that I'm going to show you today. Then I have Ash Brown by Anastasia. This is the Brow Wiz, and this is probably the first eyebrow pencil that I fell in love with. It's really, really thin, mechanical twist-up style, and this is best for blondes actually. There's that next to it. And last but not least, one of the most powdery brow pencils. This is by Armani. This is in shade 3. This color is also great for blondes. I love the Armani pencil because it's really nice to get great shape. It's long lasting, and it's not very waxy at all. And now I'm just going to swatch the gray pencils for you. So here's the Shiseido. This is a Shuuemura. The Shuuemura barely shows up on the skin because it only interacts with hair. So I don't have very much hair on the back of my hand, obviously, so it's not going to show up very well. And last but not least is the Lioeli, which is actually slightly more brownish taupe than the other two colors. And that's a wrap for all my favorite brow products and tutorial. I hope the video was helpful. You can always skip out of the concealer if you don't have enough time or if you don't care for that really made up look. I know some people think brows should be supremely natural like Lisa Eldridge does hers, but you know, a lot of you tend to like this really sculpted brow look, which is why I showed this one today, because in a previous brow tutorial I did more of the look that I showed on this eyebrow, a very natural, just filled in with pencil to give some shape kind of brow. And don't forget, at the end of the day too, as long as you haven't overplucked in the past, eyebrows will always grow back. So best of luck and thanks for tuning in. Bye.